What is up, guys? Tarleton's back again, also known as the Black Gentleman. And today I'm doing a review on Fans Hobbies MB06 Power Baser, otherwise known as Genrai or Power Master Optimus Prime, whichever your preference. But for me, because I've been watching a lot of Transformers Master Force, it's Genrai for me. But anyway, before we start, let me go ahead and start with some accessories. And my first accessory is going to be, although it's not really an accessory, it's this. It's a collector card, similar to all other third party and Double Eagle. You get this little card here showing Genrai. Well, actually, as I learned in the cartoon, apparently this little guy right here is Genrai. It's the God Force guy. You know, when he puts his arms together, he transforms into his little Power Ranger suit. And then, you know, he almost like a Gundam mobile suit. He pilots Genrai that was here. And then the trailer makes him Super Genrai. It's a long drawn thing, but in America he's just high Q. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of exposition for a card. But yeah, anyway, here's his Power Baser. And here's the back here with all the stats. Speed's kind of low, but he is an 18-wheeler, so you know, hey, I guess speed is not really a factor. All right, moving on. Also have the instructions. There's all your modes there. Not gonna lie to you guys, I have not experimented with base mode. I think this is chalks up to one of those things before I said I hate base modes, and this one just looks very, very, very lame. But when I was a kid, I had the Power Master Optimus Prime, and his was the same way. But I guess it's just paying homage to it. In the cartoon, Genrai does regularly use the base mode because he goes from truck, robot, and the base mode opens up, you know, starts firing off a little bit. Kind of like a Power Ranger, he can't handle something, he gets bigger and becomes Super Genrai. So, you know, I'll probably show it even though I really don't want to. Using the manual here, similar to Double Evil, everything's pretty straightforward. Instructions pretty easy to follow. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet, but according to instructions, the head can open and can use a battery, and you can put these eyes in, and the light will shine through, and it apparently shines better through these eyes. So there's that. On to weaponry. It comes with two of these large, I'm gonna call them Optimus Prime-esque ion cannons. What's pretty cool about these are they actually break it down like so, and you can pull out the back end and lower this, and you get the smaller weapon for the smaller robot. So that's pretty cool. And they both do the same thing. You just pull this end off, lower the handle, pull the back barrel out. You got two blasters, and you got scopes. So that's pretty cool. Sadly, none of these have any paint, at least the smaller guns. It'd be nice if they had went in and perhaps with some of a nice kind of a bit of blue here, make it look more like scopes. But it's alright. It's a nice cast, none the same. So push it back down, attach the bigger end. Let's see which way it goes. That way. Wait a minute. It's always something flying me on camera. Or maybe it's the wrong end. Hold on a second. Let me try this one. Wait a minute. There we go. Sorry for that. So yeah, here's a bigger cannon. And you know, this goes for the bigger robot. Now when it comes to this, they did put some paint inside of here, outside of the barrel. Right here. So it looks pretty good. But that's not really the only bit of paint you get on the guns. Throw it back together. Alright. Moving on. And here's your second cannon. And it's very similar to the Power Master Prime, where you know you take this peg here and you stick it onto the side of the arm. But the difference with this one is you get this handle here that you can flip down, and either the giant robot or the normal one can hold it too. And you also get two of those. Let's pull this down. Here comes a handheld cannon. And they are a nice cast, very reminiscent of the original G1 toy. And they don't really have any paint at all. But again, nice cast. Oops. Oh, check this out. I just found this out. Apparently you can rotate this. And that's probably to help base mode. I'm guessing because I haven't used it for anything else. But okay, I discovered something. Alright. Here is a Genrai. Get my camera to focus better. Now it's been kind of going out of focus. I'm sorry about that. And kind of like Giga and Mega. Very similar. Same size. Matter of fact, I'll go and bring them both in now. They're both the same size. So here we go. If I look all together and they don't want to stand up. But as you can see, they all look the same. As far as size goes. So move them out of the way. And just like them, they have the same articulation. Arms can roll, go up that far, go up that far. And the same for both sides. Can't go back too good because of the backpack, but it's to be expected. No elbow bend. Knee, leg can go up this far. Go back. Not at all. You have to bend at the knee. And if you turn the leg sideways, you can get the full trowel motion. Although mostly just for transformation, which same way, you know, you just put the arms down. And there you go. He's in the Godmaster form. Or Power Master, whichever. And that's it. That's nice silver paint on the back. Well, that's not silver, that's just chrome. Nice chrome paint on the back. And the face here has a little bit of blue for the visor. A little bit of blue here also on the chest. Nice room for Autobot insignia. I kept trying to apply one, it just kept coming off. So I'm going to get some new insignias. One that will stick to this. I don't know why it won't stick. But, yeah. Now, and I've already taken the liberty to apply Autobot symbols. Hopefully this won't come off during the review, because I was trying earlier and it just kept wanting to slide off. It may be the type of plastic it is. I don't know what. For Double Evil, it was fairly easy to get a logo to stick on these. Not so much. And I might want to change it anyway. I think I want one for white back to better show off better, but there it is. And I put one on both sides. But let's talk about this. The wheels appear to be made of some type of rubber, but it's not quite of like normal rubber. I won't say more like silicone. And similar to Double Evil, it has they brought back the tempo graphs. Here and here. Let's see where else I'm at. Here on the feet, here on both sides. And there's more which transform, I believe. It has a nice feel in hands. Got a good little bit of weight to it. The grill pushes in and pushes out, similar to the Power Master. OG one. You hear that sound? A little paint here and there, and you got a little bit here on the truck. Nice little gray paint. Let's see, it's a little black paint here. A little bit more on this side. Chrome paint for the smokestacks. More chrome paint for the wheels, which look really good. No tail lights. A little bit of silver paint here and there. So very similar to Power Baser. Oh, excuse me. I mean Double Evil, but yeah, a little bit of yellow light, yellow paint, can't talk. A little bit of yellow paint here to simulate the lights, which looks good. Translucent plastic for the windshields. And this actually reminds me of, for anyone who hasn't, Make Toy Striker Manus. That's similar to how he was. Instead of any kind of seating, you see more like electronics inside. But it comes with no matrix, nor did it have the high one. So. Then again, this is Optimus Prime though now, is it? Something else to think about. As for the lights here, they're just painted silver. I think, I don't know if it's cartoon accurate, and I have to go back and check. But it'd been kind of nice if they had, in my opinion, maybe made these yellow, or even kind of a light blue, to simulate lights. And it rolls pretty good. And if you take your Genrai here, or IQ, excuse me, and you can press in. It sticks. Let me see here. There we go. It sticks in there pretty good. But this is also another option for them, which I'll show you guys here in a moment. Let's go ahead and separate for right now. And we push this. There we go. Now onward to the trailer. And you see the trailer, it's very, very, very reminiscent of the original G1 PowerMaster Prime. And that's not a bad thing. Let's start off with paint here. You have a little bit of blue paint here along the trim. And a little bit of off gray paint here. One down the side. And you get that same thing on both sides. And that's essentially all the paint you get for the top portion. You have more paint on the other side, but I'll get to that one during the at that transformer. But that's basically all the paint you get, and I'm not really that mad at it because, yet again, I think sometimes a little bit of paint is better than having too much because it's just going to chip anyway. So that's all good. And similar to the truck itself, the wheels roll really good. Now, in terms of connecting it, you use this little piece right here. We'll hook over the tabs right here. I shouldn't even say hook, you just lay on top of it basically. Let's see here. And there you go. Now if you can turn it, but so much, as you can see. That's basically all you got of it. But I think that's enough, in my opinion of it. Also, before I forget, it too has chrome painted rims. Now I'll turn for the guns. Just like PowerMaster Optimus Prime, you can take your pegs here and plug them in here. And that's one. Put this over here. On the other side, I'll hook it. And do that like this. As for your large guns, what you want to do is you want to flip your handle back in and use this peg right here. And just push in. Do that on both sides. There we go. Now, put the truck back together. And he's all armored up. And that's the look I like. I almost wish I kind of had two of these things just so I could have one in truck mode. Because I actually really did this. Brings back that awesome feeling on my birthday when I first got this thing. I'm not quite sure how old it was. Was it 10, 8, 9? Not sure. But I remember it was a good birthday. Now, for the second place you can put Genrai. If you unhook it again, it's these two pegs right here and here. Take them like so. And just kind of press them in. And it's a little tight. But this is also in the instructions. Otherwise, I would never thought about doing this. If I can get in there. There, oh, nope. Let's see here. There we go. It goes in like so. I'm not really a fan of that, but you can do it. I know in the cartoon, more time than not, Genrai just generally rides inside the truck until he's ready to transform and combine with him. But yet again, this is just one more option. Out. Get this guy square up. Oops, I hooked again. Another thing too, like this hitch doesn't really peg in so much; it just lays on top of it. On top of these two pegs here. If I didn't show that already, but it doesn't bother me too much. I think it could have been done a little better, but not horribly. All right, try to get them on frame so I can get you guys a good comparison. There we go. Now, for that comparison, the only thing worth comparing them to is Fans Hobbies Double Evil. And I guess I'll bring in the Giga Tank first, so you guys can look at that. See how they scale up. And being a let's go ahead and bring them up close, up here to the very front. I think that looks about right. You got a box a box truck cab to a tank. Even with the trailer, I think that squares up about right. How big you think it should be. All right, let's go to the tank. Let's bring in the Mega Jet. If I can even fit this on camera. So here's that. Let's pull it out a little bit. So that's how that looks. And that is super huge and super dwarfs the truck as you think it would. So yeah, just soak all that in. This is what Genrai fights. It doesn't even look fair. Not at all. Alright. Let's get the jet out of here. With that comparison, I guess it's time for me to go ahead and start the transformation. And I think this looks really cool. I had heard some complaints saying that the the base robot mode has like a little gap here in the stomach. I don't mind it that much. I mean, unless you like really stare at it and turn it from the side here, I don't think it's that bad. And before I get into paint articulation, I want to do a little small comparison because this is the only other Prime I have. I don't have MP10 anymore. I used to have an MP10 Nemesis Prime. But actually, what I will do is I'll post a picture right here in this area, and I'll show you how he looks with an MP10 since I don't have one. But this is the Prime I use for my collection. This is a Mate Toy Striker Menace. And, yeah. Except for the two different scales, and one's very stylized Cybertronian, one's a God, a Power Master, so very different. But as you can see before, I mentioned the whole blue chest thing here. They both have that going on with the electronics inside. So, yeah. I just thought it was a worth show off and worth mention. Now back to him. Let's see what to start. So let's tell you what, guys. Let's start that paint actually. Unlike the truck, you have a bit more painted bits here. You have a little yellow paint here at the kneecap, more of a Tempographs, which some people don't like. I kind of dig it. It gives it kind of a real world, kind of a giant mech look to it, almost like a mobile suit kind of. And since it's a Godmaster, it's kind of what it is, Transtector. So since this is the version 2 of this model, they add the more chrome paint, so you get more chrome paint here at the thigh. But I think it would have been nice, since you're going to add more chrome, go ahead and add it up here too to the hip. Because it's kind of a place now, just having plain plastic here and having chrome paint on top of this. So it kind of throws off the eye a little bit. But oh well, I still like it. And you have silver paint here at the forearm, a little black paint here on the trim, and more black paint here on the side, which you saw in truck mode. You got the same thing on both sides. And pull the camera up a bit. I also took the liberty of adding 2 more Autobot symbols. I actually got these 2 to stick, thank goodness. And you have more tempographing here, and here. Now, let's see, we get this camera a little better. Get to the face sculpt. Like I said before, with the version 2, they actually gave him red eyes, which is correct to the cartoon source material of the Genrai character. Normal Optimus has the blue eyes, and Genrai has red. Now I think Power Master Prime, if I'm not mistaken, I think the toy had blue eyes for the small bot and red for the bigger bot. I could be wrong, but but yet again, I think I'm right because of what the Prime I had as a kid, and I kind of missed. I might have to pick one of those up. Back to this Prime, back to paint. You get more chrome paint here in the grill, which was a bitch to get out because it was really tight in there to pull this faux grill out. All right. Now, as for articulation, you get a pretty good range of it. There we go. Now, as for the arms, you get a full 360 on a nice heavy ratchet, which I like. You get double elbow bend up to here and all up to here. Also, because transformation, but it's still nice. Get a bicep swivel, full 360. Get the hand opening here, and get a full hand open. And it has these 4 fingers here are all on one pin, while the index finger is on like a trigger, what you call a typewriter finger. So you can get a good, bring it on, buddy, type of pose there for that finger. And it has a little rail system that Double Evil has in the hand. But sadly, when I put a gun in there, it's really tight, and I feel like I'm gonna break the rail system. So, matter of fact, I'll show you guys. I'll show that now. Actually, here's the gun right here, it's supposed to slide in. And I'll do it as much as I feel comfortable with. Just slide in like this, if I can get it going. And you see here, it wants to stop itself because it's real tight. And I'm really afraid to stress and break that. So what I do is instead, I just put it in his hand like this. It's not the best hold, but it might just be my copy because it's real tight tolerance. So I just make them hold like this. So I can get it going. Yeah, it's not want to hold it right. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer. And hopefully, I'm hoping it's just mine. And like I said before, maybe I can go in here and file it open or make it a little wider so it can slide in better. Because I really don't want to damage it. But here we go. That's about as good as I can get it right now without without hurting it. So yeah, let me move that out of the way. Now back to articulation. The hand does do a full 360. Never mind the ash in my hands. Add some lotion to that. And it's the same on both sides. You get a full 360. And oh, before I forget to mention, the arms can go out that far. Which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wish we had got a butterfly so we can come inwards, but you can kind of cheat it if you unpeg here. You can have him get the arms bent. You can go in for that that Hogan pose, yeah, with these pythons. So that's something you can do. As for the waist, to get the arms out of the way, turn about that far and about that far before your waist skirt's getting away because of the wheels. And also, which I didn't know it had, if you untransform it just a little bit, you can pull up. You can get a bit of a, there we go. You can get a bit of an ab crunch out of that, which is pretty good. And again, it's mostly for transformation, like I said before, but sometimes you can cheat it and get that much out of it, which is better than nothing, I think. Matter of fact, if you do it that way, I think you can get a full 360 out of it. Yeah, you can. So, okay. There we go. As for the legs, move these skirts up out of the way. You can kick up that far. Knee bend. It's pretty good. Go back that far. With knee bend, he can kick his own ass, which is always a nice touch, I guess. And he has stop swivel right here. A little tight, but you can get 360 out of that peg. And also, you can get full trowel. There we go. So Van Damme in that shit all day, son. Alright. Now down to the feet. Give a little bit of that ankle tilt, which is really good. But I feel as though, pull the camera down, I feel as though it kind of breaks the scope just a bit. Because this right here, it's kind of like an old Reebok, where, you know, where the tongues come out. But, oh well, you know, who cares? As long as you get the tilt, that's all I was here about. You get the same on both sides, get it out all the way out that far. So that's really good. And you can bend it that far. And as most do the transformation, you do both sides. Alright. Oh. Come on now. See, these are really good ratchets, by the way, if you guys couldn't hear them. And thanks to the ab crunch, you get quite a bit of good poses out of this thing. Let me see here, get my camera straight. Also the head, let me pull it again. As for the head, you get a full 360. I don't know if I showed that, but yeah, you get it. And before anyone asks, just like argument, the back here is supposed to be like this. For anyone who owned the old Master Prime, Power Master Prime, yeah, he has a full cab on his back. You can't get away from that. And yeah, the smokestacks too are supposed to be like this. So I know it's a bit jarring at first, but a part of me, I know this is probably taboo. A part of me likes this better than MP10. Like just maybe because I'm partial to this design, because this was the first Prime I owned as a kid. Now I don't find this just look strange. And I think this base prime is actually pretty good. Let's see, get a full view of it. So yeah, let's just get all this stuff away and take it all in. I think this looks pretty good. If you move him out of the way here for a second, the trailer, given how it's made, you can totally stand it back. You can totally stay it up this way. And you know, because the guns here, let me transform. Because the guns here do peg in, you can totally become kind of like a weapon stash thing. So it's kind of neat. Yeah. Just one more thing I think is worth noting. Let's pull this out. So let me get this trailer all transformed into a base. God, I think it looks terrible, but I gotta be thorough. Okay, here I am with base mode. I hate it. The end. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk about it. First of all, it's okay, I guess. I don't really care for it. I mean, after the very awesome Double Evil base mode, which I think I gave like an A- because I think I actually kind of like that one. This I don't like. It is what it is. I mean, it's accurate to Master Force and it's accurate to Power Master Prime. There's some toy, but it's just okay for me. All the guns they had before all peg in different holes. Some hold better than others, because a lot of these things are like round holes and these pegs are more rectangular. But it's alright. If I take the camera up behind here, as you can see, the head just kind of hangs out right there. So yeah, I went by the instructions. I guess I got most of it right. Just like I said, this is my first time really messing with it because I already know I wasn't gonna like it. Let's see. Let's grab Giga and Mega. I guess just to give a show of size of the base. And there's Mega. And there's Giga. Let's just put him right here. Oh crap. See, even he hates it. He doesn't want to stand for this. Getting there. Alright, cool. So yeah, this is basically how it looks. Like I said before, usually in the cartoon, after they upgraded his trailer to merge with the Transtector's body to form Super Samurai, normally it would go into like this. I don't really call it a base. It's actually more like a gun turret. Like the trailer opened up and turned to this thing, and it'll fire off a couple of rounds before he make it transform and merge with the main body. So yeah, here it is. It's not the best thing in the world, but they included it because they had to. And here we have Super Genrai. And first and foremost, before I talk about this, because I know I've been talking a lot, and this review is going on probably longer than it needs to. What you have to go through to get the cab portion here folded up, man, all I gotta say is, Anakin Skywalker, take it from here. Thanks, Anakin. Now back to review. After all the tears and sweat to get this thing properly folded up, what you get is very worthwhile. This thing is very nice. The articulation is a little bit more than I thought it would have, given the figure of its magnitude. And I'll get all into that. First and foremost, as you can see, he can hold both guns just fine. So I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's bring him in focus here, and let's go ahead and remove the guns. Let's see here. Each finger is articulated just like Overlord's was. And we'll understand these are actually the special extra articulated fingers. Originally, when this thing came out, he didn't have this, but now they're with this version 2, they're standard, which is nice. Let's go remove the other gun out of hand. Let's see here, come here. All right, I got that out of here. Come on, that's a little snug. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, each finger's on a ball joint, and it has a little hinge between each finger. You can give it a whole wide array of finger motions, which I dig. Alright, then let's bring the camera up because he's tall. call and charge. Also, the cannons from the trailer and the base mode can plug onto the arms, which is standard Genrai or Power Master Prime fare. You can basically aim those in the way you wish, in which way you want to, and they both look wonderful. In terms of the face, it's what you would kind of expect. From what I've seen, though, when they release their God Bomber, it's going to come with I think a new head or some kind of attachments for the head to give it more of a, what I think was more of a anime dynamic head, which the eyes are kind of more slanted, give it more of a little bit of a meaner look. Also, speaking of the head, the eyes, these eyes were painted nice with a nice pearlescent paint, which I like. It has a good, nice shine to it. And for articulation, the head will get you a full 360. And you can look up that far and down that far. And down about as far as you can get because of everything's tabbed in here, which I might add is a bitch to get. Man, that was hard. The whole transformation for this thing was smooth as pie until you get to this cab. Alright. As for arm articulation, it's very similar to the smaller bot. Let me get down camera here. You can bend all the way up to here, as you can see, which is very good. Get a full 360. Arms have a bicep swivel, get you a full 360. And elbow bend all the way up to here, almost double. Almost double. That's for the hands. You have a full 360. As I said before, hands are fully articulated. And you get the same on both sides. Nice ratchet. Love me a ratchet. Anyway, the bicep swivel, elbow bend on the soft ratchet, and yet again, hand articulation and wrist swivel. If you get the skirts out of the way here, which are kind of actually about as far as they go, there we go, and you move the skirts up, and they can get out of the way pretty good. You can get the, there you go, get the full Van Damme out of that, or what I call full trowel. There you go, about that much. And it's kind of a heavy one. Let me put him back now. Let's see, also, you can get out that far and that far back. Basically what you want out of a giant robot. And the same goes for both legs. And you get ankle rockers, which are pretty good. On a very somewhat medium to soft ratchet, and same both sides. And one thing I like, I'll call a piece of resistance. You get a ab crunch. You wouldn't expect that out of this thing, but if you grab, see, if you grab on back here, and this mechanism here, you can bend it up. If I can get on camera. Oh, guys, give me a second here. Let me get in there good. Come on. There we go. Get a little bit of ab crunch there. And I was not expecting this on this kind of a figure. I believe about as far as the ab crunch goes, I don't want to pull it too much because I don't want to wreck anything back here, but you can kind of see it right here. And it holds very well. Let's see here, and you get the knee bend all the way back that far. And he can kick his own backpack, in case you're wondering. And he has a thigh swivel. So, everything works wonderful on the figure. I have to say I have really no complaints as far as like aesthetic choices go. You know, one may say, you know, that backpack is huge, but that's a thing that Power Master Prime or Genrai always had. Always had that truck that's basically folded on the back there. And let's see, turn back around. Oops, there we go. Let's bring that ab crunch back down. There we go. Now in terms of paint, it's essentially the same thing as you saw with the trailer and everything else. You know, you have your bit of gold paint here. Gosh, I forget the name of those again. Your tempographs, I said before, it gives it kind of a real world mech look, especially with these cool piston pipes going down to the feet here. You get this on both sides with some nice gold trim on the pipe going down. And you come up, you have more. You have what they call the version 2 with the chrome paint for the thighs. But I think too, the chrome paint looks better on the Super Genrai versus normal Genrai, because you can see the chrome paint goes all the way up, which is a nice touch. You get a little bit of red typograph here on the skirts, black paint in between, nice accents. The bumper now in the version 2, this can come down. Cause initially, I believe it didn't come down. But to be fair, when you lower the bumper, it gives a bit of a mouth thing going on there. Like almost should have teeth or something. So I find that kind of goofy. But hey, it's all right. For the arms and hands, you get the blue paint on top, which is a Genrai thing. Powmaster Prime's hand has always been normal, just straight red, but Genrai is their blue on top. Get some nice typographing here. Black paint there, more typographing. Typograph around the neck. More on the arm, black trim, and more typographing. Let's see. And also, you got the blue. You got more gray silver paint here, which lines up nice with the cab to give it kind of a seamless look, which I dig that as well. Now, with that all being said, it's time for some comparisons, and there's honestly only one thing worth comparing this thing to. And for that comparison, like I said before, there's only one guy that I have that's gonna be worth comparing him to truly, and that's Double Evil. As you can see here, Genrai is really dwarfed in size, but to be fair, that is accurate to a T. In the cartoon, this is how it was until he got God Bomber, which Fans Hobby is now working on. So when that comes out, hopefully I can get my hands on that, and we can see how these guys look then. But for right now, this is what you get. Comes up to about, let's see, here's his head. Comes about to his chest in this general area. So yeah, this is just really some David and Goliath. But they look really good together. I wanna applaud Fans Hobby for this such a good job here. And I'm very proud to own both of them. Man, just take that in. I mean, shit. I mean, turn his head here and let him look up. And you can have him just, let's see here, get that on camera. Get something, get his head down. That's just like, you want some of this? Nah, I'm cool. I'll go home. That's a lot of thought. But yeah, they look wonderful together. And I would definitely recommend if you buy one, you kind of gotta get the other, just to, just to make this cool scene here. Well, back to my final thought for this thing. Actually, before I go into that, I forgot to show it off. But as you can see by this pose I have him in, he does have a waist rotation. It can't get you the full 360, but it's still pretty good. I just thought I'd point that out before I end this. But yeah, final thought wise, he's awesome. He's very enjoyable. His stability is very good. He's a big, nice, chunky super robot. And any kid from the 80s who grew up with him would love him. I'm a grown man from the 80s, and I love him. Matter of fact, I like him better than my old school Power Master G1 Prime, and I love that thing. And this invokes him in so many ways. This is truly a successor to him, and I love it. If I might put this thing up there where if I sold off things in my collection, I think this is one of the cats that I would keep forever. Because this really touches a nerve with me. That awesome place, that awesome birthday, which I remember fondly. I don't quite remember what age I was, but I remember the party. I remember getting this figure. But I fully recommend him. He's awesome. Awesome. Full recommendation. Go out and buy it. So this review is going on way too long. So let me go ahead and close out. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Without you, I have no audience and no one cares. But you guys care so much, and I'm glad you guys watch. I don't know how many ways I can say thank you for watching me. And this has been Sardom Noonspa, the black gentleman out here doing God's work, viewing these figures, loving these figures. Until next time, peace out.